finally confirmed. Princess Leonor has married Prince Christian. The royal love story that captured the world is now a living, breathing reality. The whispers, the rumors, the long anticipation, all answered in one breathtaking moment that unfolded live before millions. The world has watched Princess Leonor grow from a shy young royal into a confident, graceful woman prepared for her destiny. But no one imagined that her journey to the crown would begin with such a powerful story of love. When the announcement came, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian have officially tied the knot, the world paused. Cameras flashed, crowds cheered, and in Madrid, bells rang across the city. The cathedral doors opened, and there she was. Princess Leonor of Spain, radiant in a gown embroidered with gold threads and delicate pearls, representing the unity of two great European houses, Spain and Denmark. The crowd erupted in emotion, the atmosphere thick with history. Her smile, calm yet deeply emotional, told a story of love, duty, and courage. Across the aisle stood Prince Christian, his eyes steady, his posture regal, yet softened by affection. He wasn't just marrying a future queen, he was pledging his heart to the woman who had changed his life. From the first step Leonor took down that aisle, time seemed to slow. The cameras followed her every movement, every glance, every tear. The world was watching, but in that sacred moment, it felt like there were only two people in the room. Their love story didn't happen overnight. It was years in the making, whispered about in royal circles, denied by officials, yet quietly nurtured behind palace walls. They met during international royal events as teenagers. What began as polite friendship turned into something undeniable, a connection that grew stronger with every passing year. The press speculated. The families stayed silent. And yet, their actions spoke louder than words. Christian's quiet visits to Spain, Leonor's subtle smiles during public appearances, each moment built toward this day. When the vows were exchanged, emotion filled the cathedral. Leonor's voice, steady yet trembling with feeling, echoed through the grand space. With love, with faith, and with honor, she said, "I promise my heart." Christian's reply came soft but certain, "And I promise my life." The guests were visibly moved. King Felipe looked on with quiet pride, Queen Letizia with tears in her eyes. Across the pews, Queen Margrethe of Denmark smiled warmly, seeing her grandson embrace his destiny not just as a prince, but as a husband to the future Queen of Spain. Outside, the people erupted into celebration. The streets of Madrid became a sea of flags, music, and joy. From Denmark to Spain, royal fans united in happiness. News outlets declared it the wedding of the century. But beyond the titles and ceremonies, there was something deeper happening. This was more than a union of two royals, it was a bridge between nations, between generations, between tradition and modern love. At the reception, inside the grand halls of the royal palace, history blended with humanity. The couple shared their first dance to a song chosen personally by Leonor, a classic Spanish melody symbolizing loyalty and devotion. As they danced, Christian whispered something to her, making her laugh softly. That moment became the image seen across the world. Two royals, deeply in love, yet beautifully human. But behind the scenes, emotions ran deep. There were quiet moments, Leonor embracing her mother in gratitude, Felipe placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder, Christian bowing slightly to his grandmother, acknowledging her blessing. Each gesture spoke volumes. Royal protocol faded, and what remained was pure emotion. Guests described the atmosphere as electric yet intimate. It wasn't just a wedding, it was the start of a new royal era. As the night sky lit up with fireworks, the newlyweds stepped onto the balcony of the royal palace. The crowd below roared. The sound of bells mingled with cheers as Leonor and Christian waved, their hands intertwined. Cameras captured that perfect image, the glow of youth, the power of love, and the promise of leadership. Inside, speeches followed. King Felipe spoke first, his voice filled with pride. "Today," he said, "Spain does not just witness a royal union. We witness the unity of hearts that will lead with love and vision." The crowd applauded. Then Queen Letizia stood, emotion in her voice, calling her daughter, a symbol of grace and hope. Christian's father, Crown Prince Frederick, expressed gratitude to Spain for welcoming his son, not as a foreign prince, but as family. It was a moment of unity rarely seen in modern monarchies. Later, in a quiet corner away from the lights, Leonor was overheard telling a close friend, "It still feels like a dream." That sentiment captured what millions felt watching around the world. Every detail of this royal day carried meaning: the flowers from Spanish gardens, the lace from Danish artisans, the music blending both nations' traditions. It was a seamless merging of two worlds through love. And yet, what made the moment truly unforgettable was its authenticity. Despite the cameras, despite the ceremony, their affection was real. Every look, every touch, every word felt sincere. The media called it the dawn of a new monarchy. Royal watchers noted that Leonor and Christian represent the future: modern, united, compassionate leaders who understand the power of connection in a divided world. As the celebration continued into the night, a rare scene unfolded: the royal couple, laughing freely among guests, dancing without reserve, their joy contagious. The world watched, enchanted by their humanity. When the couple finally departed for their private retreat, Leonor turned back for one last wave from the carriage. The crowd's roar followed them down the historic streets of Madrid. People cried, sang, and waved flags long after they were gone. In the following days, headlines celebrated the wedding, analyzing every moment: the tiara, the gown, the music, the symbolism. But beyond the luxury, what people truly remembered was the love. A love that felt honest. A love that felt timeless. And for Spain, it was a moment of national pride. The future queen had shown not just her grace, but her heart. For Denmark, it was the joy of seeing their prince step into a shared destiny. For the world, it was a reminder that even in royalty, where duty often overshadows emotion, love still reigns supreme. As dawn broke over Madrid the next morning, the bells rang again, not for ceremony, but for celebration. A new chapter had begun. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian, bound by love and destiny, had captured the hearts of millions. And as history records their union, one truth remains clear: this was more than a royal wedding. It was a promise. A promise that love, no matter the crown, no matter the borders, still has the power to unite the world.